Hey, all you party people. Welcome to the newest episode of the Midwest Sesh podcast. I don't really even know what number this is, I'm not gonna lie. But Haley and I are here today to chat all things weed and the interwebs. So
Yes.
we're super pumped about that. I don't know if you're like super on. I mean, Haley and I are obviously on the interwebs and chatting about weed and cannabis and all things that have to do with it, but I'm wondering if people have the same struggles we do?
I am willing to bet they probably do. So I'm excited to hear more of your stories too, Nina. I know you'd said you'd had some interesting situations with like different platforms. So
Oh, you
this
know it.
episode, this episode we're gonna dive in. Which one is the best, most cannabis friendly? Which one's the least? You're gonna hear us rank them.
And we have thoughts, people,
We
and you know it.
we have thoughts,
We have
yes.
thoughts about all of them.
You know what? I think this is our 10th episode,
Is it
which is
really
like,
number
yeah,
10?
dude.
Double
Yeah.
digits?
Yeah, we're in the double digits. One day we'll be in the triple digits.
Wow. Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been listening so far. It's been a pretty good, solid crew of you coming back every week.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that people are enjoying it. If there's anything you want us to talk about or cover or,
Yeah.
hit us in the DMs or, we're always around.
Wouldn't it be so fun to have like a meetup sometime, like in the future, where everyone that listens,
Yeah.
like, ah, that'd be so much fun just to
That
like
would be
meet
really
some
fun.
people. Yeah, like there's some people that comment every now and then. It's like, I'd love to meet you face to face.
Yeah, like you seem so fun. Now that we can start hanging out with the peeps.
I know. This podcast was started when we were like, God, who knows when we'll get to see
In the
people again?
throes,
And
yeah.
yeah, so we're doing good. Society's rolling along. We're getting opened up. Ooh, what you
You
smoking
know
today, girl?
Ooh, so I'm smoking. So I typically, I'm a bong lady, but I'm typically more of
Yeah.
like a straight tube kind of gal.
Yes.
But today I'm smoking out of a beaker, which is like I feel like has a
Ooh, it's a
different. It's like a
science.
different. Yeah, it's like a different vibe. Like it chugs a little different. So,
It
um,
chugs different.
it just does. It just chugs a little different. But
Yeah.
what do I have in this bowl? It's like a little mix of Tropicana cherry and
Oh.
I actually picked up some High Times weed and because
Nuh-uh.
I'm in Michigan, yeah. So they have like two different kinds of levels, I guess, different qualities.
Oh,
They
okay,
have
like
like
top shelf
yeah,
kind
and
of thing.
because they used to just have everything was like that top shelf price and top shelf. I guess I'm like looking at the one that I bought, like Nuggage, I guess, and then the other one that I bought is like kind of their more affordable line.
Okay.
It seemed to be a little bit more popcorny, but it's like it smelled amazing, so I was not disappointed at all. And it's a papaya. If you've ever had papaya
Oh,
before,
you have such a summer vibe, like papaya, Tropicana, like all of those.
yeah,
I'm
I love the
man, what is
fruits.
it's super smart to have a top shelf and then a regular shelf kind of price point because like
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't want primo shit every time. Like I
No,
want
no.
so it's kind of smart to have it like, separated like that.
Yeah, yeah, and just because it was like, I don't know, I think one um okay, so the top shelf eighth was like $60, which is
Yeah.
pretty typical. And then the more affordable line I think was 35
Whoa, that's a killer
um
deal. That's
for
awesome.
for an eighth. And like I said, it smelled amazing. Like it tastes amazing. I'm not disappointed with the quality of the smoke, just because the
Yeah.
buds were a little popcorny don't mean a thing.
That's right. Man, as this evolves, you're going to be more of a Michigan Midwest kind of gal. So you'll have
Yeah.
totally, different stuff. It'll be exciting to kind of see what you have up there versus here in Illinois.
Michiganja. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to
Yes.
be back in the land.
I am
Um,
excited to smoke my first thing of street weed, like my first thing in probably like 5 years. Like I've not had a regular connection. So
really?
yeah, I'm
So
really pumped.
what did you pick up from the streets?
From these old streets. And I love
Yes.
saying it like that. It sounds so so weird. But actually I don't know the strain, but it's like a
Mhm.
friend came over and had it and it smelled so fresh. And like
Ooh.
do you ever get weed that you're like, it feels alive? Like somebody cared about this a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're like
That's how
this
it
is like
feels.
this is like someone I've been watching a lot of Martha Stewart's topiary show. So it feels
Oh
like to
my
me
God.
like someone took the, they trimmed it nicely, they held it gently, they kissed it goodnight.
Yes.
Like all of those things.
Yes. So I feel that. And I often don't feel that from Illinois weed. Like it
Yeah.
just feels like, I don't know, it doesn't
Sad.
feel like it doesn't smell good, or it just is like kind of old smelling, like just not much fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
This is like it made our whole house smell just to bring up the bag inside. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
this good old
Yes.
dank street weed. Appreciate it.
If it like stinks up a room, I'm not gonna be mad about it because that's what I want,
Exactly.
and like that happened to me when I was back home finishing up some house stuff. I picked up a couple different things, and I don't know what it was. I think I have no idea what it was that was causing my whole room to stink up. And I was like, shit. I was like, I feel like I'm a teenager again because like I have the stankiest weed, and my stepdad's gonna smell it, and then he's gonna get mad and yell at my mom, and then I'm like, I gotta hide this. So I'm like spraying all my sprays. I got the windows
Yeah,
open, got all the fans going. But like if you know, if you get some street weed that's like that,
it's like that. Yep.
that's the
Like
best.
one time we had some weed like this, and we took our cat to the vet for like a checkup. And you know how you get used to like your home smell, and you don't think about like how your home is, like
Yes.
you're just like so adapted to the smell. So when we got
Yes.
in like a separate like clinical environment, and we pull our cat out of the the carrier, we're like, oh my God, his fur just like permeates weed.
Stop.
like obviously we don't blow smoke on our cats, that would be weird, but it's like he
He
just lives
just
in our
smells like
environment.
weed.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That I always joke my house smells like rats and weed, so you must be having a
Exactly.
cats and weed house.
Cats in weed house. I luckily the weed is a good cover up for that, so I'm happy about it.
That is so fantastic. I love even more that you don't know the strain or what it is or
Right?
where, that's like even more street weed. Like
It's a
that's as street weed as it can get.
exactly. It's a beautiful mystery, and I'm here for it.
I love that.
I went back. First of all, I want to hear thoughts on Reddit
Yes. Okay.
as a platform
Woo!
for weed. How is it?
As
What
a
do you
platform
feel?
for weed. Okay, so I feel like that one's a little weird because I think it just kind of depends on like the sub Reddit that you're
Totally.
in. But I feel like the main one everybody knows is trees.
Right. Like r/trees.
The trees
Yeah.
Reddit. Yeah, r/slash
Totally.
trees. It is a man's world, baby. That's all I have to say about that. Like I posted a picture of me holding a blunt, a million. I don't know if you've ever smoked a million bananas blunt, but
Yes.
it's like an alternative blunt wrap, similar to like a King Palm, but they're not pre-rolled. Like you gotta roll that sucker.
Right.
And it is so hard to do. It doesn't seal with like saliva. Like you can't lick it shut like a normal blunt wrap. You got to seal it
Really?
with honey,
Oh,
or
dang, girl.
they have like sealer, like a,
Yeah.
I
Like a
have no idea
balm.
what it's made out of. I think I'm guessing like just like sugar. I'll have to look into that
Okay.
more. But a lot of people say to use honey. So I I took forever to roll this thing. It was like the most precious thing I've ever rolled in my life, honestly.
It was beautiful.
It
It's
was
like she's a good roller, you guys.
like I crafted this thing. I'm not even gonna lie, it took like a half an hour, 45 minutes for like,
Hey,
and
that's makes sense.
yeah, like it was tough because you got to soak the leaf, and then you got to dry the leaf, and then you got to like roll it up, and then it's a whole process. So I rolled this thing. I'm super proud of it. Took a super cute picture, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna throw it up on Reddit. Let's see what kind of traction we get. And I said something like the best blunt I ever rolled, or something, just something along the lines. And then like said it was with a million bananas wrap.
Yeah.
And some man, I'm gonna say some man because it was definitely a man, commented and said, "I don't mean to alarm you, but that is a joint."
Like not a blunt, but a joint. Is that his implication? Like,
Do not tell me what I have rolled myself, sir.
and labored over.
I have labored. This was loved. This ain't no
That's
joint. I was like, what the And I posted something else before and somebody like mansplained me. I can't remember exactly, but I don't know. Have you had that same experience on Reddit? I remember we were chatting a little bit about you
A
dipping your toes into
I mean,
the Reddit
I'm asking
threads.
because I last week added all those groups like r/trees. I did the Illinois trees.
Yep.
And wives is one. Like I was
Yeah.
trying to find where the ladies are is kind of what I was trying to find. Like where are y'all at? Like
Yeah.
it feels like mostly like guys. So I joined a few different forums, and then I was asking about ice bongs. Like I wanted a recommendation for one.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find so weird about Reddit is like you can't share links twice. So if somebody's already shared a link, it can't be shared again. So I don't know. There's just different
Oh,
thing. Yeah, it's
I
like
didn't know
super
that.
weird. So like I don't know. I couldn't share the link of the one I was thinking of. They're like, nope, you can't. And then
Oh.
I got a guy, and okay, Nina, he was just to say he was kind of scary based on his profile picture. And let me explain. I'm not someone that judges people by that, like at all. But he had a shirt on that said, "Don't let this date rape turn into a homicide."
Oh, honey, it's gonna turn into homicide for you.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, I need to be really careful that this guy never finds out my IP address. Like,
What
I
the
am really scared.
hell?
But he was really nice. So he just commented, he's like, you can DM me. I sell ice bongs here, but you have to DM me. So I guess the thing with Reddit is everyone's supposed to DM each other and not share links publicly. So that's kind
What?
of
I
weird.
hate that.
Yeah. I hate that too. I was like, oh, this is what. So for me, it was a hard pass. I was like, just because of
Yeah.
that, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah, and it's not like a really like visual forum. It doesn't like some people
Yeah.
will post like a big nug or something that they found and I'm like, "Ooh, cool."
Yeah, I
But,
like that. But
like
it's not
there's
based on pictures, which is kind of what I
yeah.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely more of a like show me the nice pictures.
Yeah. I'm there for like the only reason I'm on a platform is to connect with other people like myself. I'm sure that's like
Yeah.
you. That's the whole point. So it's like, well, if there's nobody here that's really like me, then maybe this isn't my space.
Yes, yes, for sure. I'm like gonna go take a peek at like what has been posted in the tree. Like I don't even go on it anymore because I was like, it's just like gross boys asking gross weird stuff, and I'm like,
You know what? If anyone's listening to this though and is like an active Reddit user, like I would definitely want to connect. So like
yes,
because I just want to know like where maybe I'm in the wrong spot, maybe I'm not using it right. Like so I'm on there if anyone feels like finding me, but other than that, I think I'm gonna pass on it unless someone like connects because it's not quite
it's
my
not
thing.
it. Like okay, let me look at the top posts. How do I click that? Let's see. Hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, a really gross picture of a really small nug in a really dirty grinder got 5,000 upvotes.
What?
That is
Okay, no.
ugly.
You know what? I do respect super a lot the Illinois Trees site because like there's actually products I recognize and people I like know in
Yeah,
there. So I'm like, okay, hey, at least I know these dispensaries are at. These are all local people pretty much. So
this
that
means something to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So but I think I'm mostly thinking the coolest platform at the moment for me is YouTube because anytime we have weed in the title of our like podcast or whatever, they never pull it down. They just might
Hmm.
age restrict it to 18 plus. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, that's really fair. I
Yeah.
at least in the past, like, a couple years ago, they went through a sweep and wiped out all the weed accounts, like Custom Grow 420. He's a guy that's been on YouTube forever, and
Yeah.
he had like thousands of videos, and his whole account got taken down. I think in 2017 or 18. So
Yeah.
that was like, oh shit,
Honestly,
like
probably a
that
good
dude.
thing.
He had
Probably a
a he
good
had
thing
some.
for us.
To be fair, I mean, I want it to be moving the industry forward in a right
Hmm.
direction. I don't want it to make it make more problems like, hey,
Yeah.
all these tie-dye hippies are the only ones smoking weed. Like I get sick of that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But
Yeah.
so far YouTube has treated us pretty well. So I'm like, okay, maybe you guys are on the cutting edge here.
Yeah. I'd say like YouTube is easily searchable for weed stuff. Like I haven't, like you said,
Yeah.
had any issues. Like things come up pretty easily. I'm not like a huge big like YouTube user in
Yeah.
general, but when I have gone to like look for reviews of things or more informative long form type things like that, it's pretty easy to find. It's not. I haven't been
Yeah.
like hit with a
Exactly.
an age wall or anything, or I've just been asked to
Yeah.
like confirm I can watch this stuff, nothing too crazy.
And I think it helps that it's owned by Google because all of the search results are like tied in there. So it's like, hey,
Yes.
if people Google this, just like last week for our indica versus sativa, it's like lots of people Google that. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be
100%.
okay to, have on YouTube. But
Yeah.
I think they're the future. It's like, okay, I
Yeah.
think they're gonna step it up the quickest.
Yeah. I think that is a harsh how do I say this? I guess a harsh what is the word I'm looking for? Oh my god. I guess it's like just so different from how Facebook and Instagram like kind of rule things like under
Yes.
Zuckerberg.
Yes.
He does not like the weed. He hates it.
Yes. Contrast. It's a big contrast
There you
between
go.
Facebook. Yeah.
Words.
It's like opposite straight up. Like it's
Yes.
like Zuckerberg's like, we ain't having this at all.
No. No. Like I got on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, like my Facebook, just my personal Facebook, friends, family,
Yeah.
that's it. You and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nobody. And like I'm in a couple, weed groups, a Weederinos group, which is like a weed and my favorite murder group. I'm
Yeah.
in one called Salad Friends, and somebody had
Ooh.
asked something like put your Instagrams or pop your, handles down here and we'll follow people or
Yeah.
something like that. Or somebody asked for a discount code for something and I threw my username up there, which is just cannabis underscore chai, CHI.
Yeah.
And because it has the word cannabis in it, Facebook was like, wee, and I got blocked from commenting. I couldn't comment, like, post for a
Oh
week,
man.
for
Wait,
7 days.
all of
Everything.
Facebook or just
All
that?
of Facebook.
Shut up.
I couldn't like a picture of a baby. I couldn't like
And
my
this is
nieces and stuff couldn't like their
yeah.
pictures. Like that my
What?
stepsister was posting. Like couldn't, say my
That's
cousin
wild.
graduated, whatever. Couldn't like it. Like nothing. They didn't want anything to do with me because I said the word cannabis.
Is this in 2021, like this year?
Yes. This was like
Shut up. This is it's so archaic.
2-3 months ago, maybe.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
it was 2020.
Wow.
Within the last 6 months, I'd say.
That's pretty strict. Like considering
Yes.
all the other garbage that is just rampant on like I wish I had $1 for every time there was like fake vaccine news or fake news of like
Yes.
literally fake news, like not just saying it to be catchy, but like literally
Yes.
like a fake article. And it's like, why do you not care about those things yet? Something I'm just trying to talk about is like
And it's
banned
not
and
like I said it in any type of like buy my weed now, buy it
right,
here.
right.
I was literally like, here's a discount code to a head shop I work with. Or it was like, follow my
Yeah.
Instagram because I post about that shit or something. Like it was literally so as wholesome as it gets. I wasn't trying to
Yes.
peddle. I wasn't anything. You know what I mean? I was just trying to help a
Right.
friend out or like drop my username, something. I was like, what is going on?
Man.
I couldn't believe I was like, what did I do? Did somebody hack me? Like I thought I got hacked.
I bet you were like super irked. And like it also takes a
Yeah.
while to figure out why. You're like, oh, it's
Yes.
probably because this and that. Like you have to put your own lines together and like figure out why you got kicked off. Like so dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me what
Smoking
they
this
pick and
little
choose.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure most of it's like algorithms that are like, oh, we saw the word weed, you're out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
and
kind of
it's
scary.
some of the groups that I'm in have found ways to try to get around it, like
Yeah.
salad friends instead of
Right.
weed or some groups
Or
just
like,
don't give a fuck, like Weederinos doesn't give a fuck.
yes.
Which I
The
love
O
because
I was gonna say the weed spell OUID, like weed, like that.
yeah.
You're talking about okay, okay.
Like I don't like people will do it that way. They'll say salad, they'll spell it with like at signs and dollar signs and
It makes it sketchy. I hate that we have to do that. It's like, all
yeah.
right, we shouldn't have to spell weed totally different just to talk about this.
Yeah, or say like grass or something. Like people will like come up with anything, or like to say like people if you're stoned or something. People will say I and then put the sweet potato or the
Yes,
potato
sweet
emoji, like
potato.
I'm baked or like
Yes.
I am baked.
Yes.
Which I think is the cutest thing in the world. But
Me too.
Like people have gotten crafty with it, but then like I said, other groups just don't give a fuck. They'll be like, buy my gummies.
I know.
You know, like some just don't give a fuck, which I appreciate.
I bet they'll get taken down at some point. Like I bet that could happen. But
Yeah.
the Weederinos, shout out to anyone in that group. They're so like positive and fun. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is literally the thing I need on Facebook. So thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. They're definitely a plus. Other than that, I haven't run into like too many cannabis, you know, type groups. I think like I've found these groups because people have invited me to them. You know?
Yeah, totally. Same here.
Like I think another friend I met on Instagram invited me to Salad Friends. And then somebody else was like, "Hey, you like My Favorite Murder? Like go join the
Yeah.
Weederinos group." I'm like, "Oh, well I guess that's like perfect, you know, intersection of two things I love."
Yes, yes. The one that I have the most bone to pick, or whatever that saying
Yeah.
is definitely Instagram, because it's
100%.
like they they have all the opportunity to do it in a cool way, and they just like have failed to step it up.
Yeah. Recently, too, I'd say maybe about 2 weeks ago, they had banned all cannabis hashtags. So anything weed, 420, 710, oil, concentrates, dispensary, everything was, you would get shadow banned if you use that hashtag, because
Totally.
I don't know why it was just like they just went crazy, like, and just shut it down. Anything that was like weed related, you know, if you got more than 3 violations in a day, like your shit was booted. You just lost your account.
Yeah.
Like people were
So
disappearing
wild.
overnight, you
Yeah.
know? Like
So
I've
is that changed? Like, did they recently be like, hey, let's chill out on this?
so I haven't seen anything that's like more formal. I should have probably done a little bit more research. I'm not gonna lie before we dug into this, but
Oh, it's okay.
like personally, I've noticed the hashtags are back.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I
That's
haven't
good.
gotten any violations recently, knock on
Hey,
wood.
good. Good for you.
I'm gonna go look and see what the last couple things were that I got violated for.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Violated.
but a lot of people say if you add like 21 and up only and medical
Yes.
use only to your posts, your stories, in the caption, whatever, that's the way to bypass Instagram getting mad about it, which
But
they still sometimes do get mad about it.
I hate like having to do that. Like part of me is like so, I don't know, like so against it. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna do that because that's a stupid
Yeah.
rule and I don't want to do it.
Like I
So,
don't like who cares? Like it's my weed. Like
and it's my
shit is
page, like,
legal.
yeah. That's another thing is like I feel like each space that you're in online, it's like this is literally my area. So it's like if you don't want it, then you just don't interact with it. Like that's how
Yeah.
I don't get mad at other people's stuff. It's just like if I don't want to interact with it, I'll either block you if I'm like really against it, or I just won't.
Yeah.
Like so it's just like weird, but weed is a separate like crime situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't because yeah, it's mostly you're kind of in your own little niches. Like
Exactly.
if you don't like what I'm posting, you don't have to see it. Like thing forcing you down into my profile, you know, unless you go into that explore tab for the reels. That's kind of the only I did get someone nasty in
Exactly.
my comments from that, which I was
Oh,
kind of
what?
surprised.
About
Someone like
weed?
yeah, they like they commented like disgusting or something in Portuguese. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, if you don't like what you see, you can fucking like rip your own eyes out. Get out of here. Like, get the fuck out of
That's
here. You
like,
don't need to be here.
why would you even take this? I'm gonna hope that that was just a bot, like a not real person, but just
Yeah.
like some like automated response.
And
Because that's
that
just
was like
stupid.
the first pretty much negative thing I've ever got, ever. And I've had this account for like 2 years. And I was like,
Okay.
that's weird. Like, when my stuff goes into those other realms, that's when the nasty people come out. And I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Yep.
like, you don't need to be here. Get the fuck out. I like messaged them too. I was like, hey, fuck you. Get out of here.
I love that you did that. It's just like, just in case you were wondering, don't ever do that again.
Don't ever fucking come into my profile ever again. If you don't want to be here, get the hell out of here then.
I've only had a tiny bit of interactions like that, which luckily, like the weed space is really nice. Like most
Yeah.
people are really nice. I have had a few people that commented once on one of my YouTube videos, and they were like, "OMG, all your reviews are such a girl." I'm like,
We were like,
Okay,
well,
I'm sorry about it. Well, I am. So I don't know how to respond to that. Like,
yeah, like I hate it. But yeah, that's like very until uh like it my reel until I got into reels and stuff like that, I've never gotten any type of like negative interaction on my page at all. I'm trying to find
that's good.
I can never find my violations. Which is another weird thing. Um
I wish they would
on
tell you why. Like, hey, we took you down because this word it shouldn't. Like, then you would learn how to like do it their way. But since that no one tells you, you just have to figure out. Like, oh, I
yeah.
guess it was that joint I posted or
Oh, here we go.
whatever. Yeah,
Violations.
tell me.
All right, October 1st, 2020, October 15th, 2020, November 11th, 2020,
Oh,
May
dang.
8th, and May 18th. So that's my
Dang.
laundry list.
You're an Instagram criminal, Nina.
I'm a
What are you doing?
criminal. So the first one was some live resin that I posted.
Oh my
So it's
God.
like, was it the word live resin? Was it the word herbaceous? Was it like, I was like, how does Instagram know what a concentrate is?
I know. Or the photo. Do you think the photo sometimes flags
Yeah,
it? Like,
because sometimes I'll zoom out a little. I'll zoom out like an eighth of an inch, and then it won't flag it.
what?
Like it
That's so
literally is
weird.
a freaking robot. Like you know what I mean? Like you can trick it.
Yeah. Huh. I've gotten taken down. I did a paid ad around Christmas time to like talk about like, oh, if you have weed questions, text me. And I was
Yeah,
like wanting that to be like an ad. And so I paid $50 for the ad. I like prepped it, got all the things ready, and then it was up for like 2 hours, and then they took it down and like didn't give me my money back. They were just like, this violates our community guidelines. And
yeah,
then I was just like, oh man, what? And it was just a picture of my face. It wasn't even any weed. So it was just because of my handle has cannabis in it too,
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
great.
And you and I were talking about how we thought maybe we were shadow banned for a while because our names had cannabis in them.
Right, yeah.
Um, but it's just like Instagram is a weird little land that I will never figure out, you know?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll zoom out an eighth of an eighth of an eighth of an inch and it won't flag it. I'll do one thing and it will flag it. I'll do another thing and it'll threaten to delete my account, you know? So it's like
Yeah,
it
it's
really all
crazy.
depends. Like is it hot or is it cold?
I'm wondering if there'll ever be like a separate app that we haven't even discovered yet. That we're like, oh, that's what we needed the whole time. Like,
Yeah. There
I
was
don't
that
know.
one oh, it was like literally 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, that everybody was adding this app.
Oh,
Um,
Clubhouse.
no, not Clubhouse. That Clubhouse is all right. Clubhouse lived and died
I
really
don't like
fast.
it. I know, I was
Um,
gonna say.
oh, what was it? Was like a weed only, cannabis only.
Oh,
Uh,
it's not Weed Tube. That's
no,
old.
not WeedTube. Is WeedTube still around?
I don't use it,
I
but I
think
think it's a thing. I
I
think
think they
it's
were
somebody.
running into some funding issues. I cannot think of that app. What was it called?
For
I don't
weed
know.
people.
Weed weed people, what is it called? I really I can't remember it. I wonder if I can like go to all the apps I've ever downloaded because I really need to know what this is.
Was it
Um
like fun? Did you like
no,
it?
I hated it.
No, your answer nope. Okay.
I hated it. It was very confusing to use. Again, it was all men.
Okay.
And
Okay.
anything that you posted on the website, they could use as their own intellectual property.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the agreement
Yeah.
somehow? Shut
And
up.
I was like,
Dude, why
the
would you post anything? Even your cat?
yeah.
Like
And as soon as I saw that in the terms of service, I went to go delete my account and you can't delete your own account. So I emailed the company and was like,
Oh,
"Hello, delete my
wow.
account because I don't want to be associated with this." And
Dude,
they did not get back to me for 6 months. I
what a
swear to
horrible,
God.
horrible like time. And man, in the future, I think young people will not let shit like that stand. Like we'll look through and be like, wow, that's so unethical. You won't even let me delete my account. Won't let me like that's not gonna fly. Like that's
Yeah.
I hope they're
Ooh,
taken down.
it was called Cannabis.
Can of buzz? Okay.
Cannabis. It was the interface was terrible. It was just like I don't know, like the whole thing is it's the issue I have with it is obviously like Instagram and Facebook and whatever is censoring us. So why would we go into our own, like, aren't we supposed to be advocates?
That's a
You
good
know?
point.
Like, aren't
Yeah,
we
and
supposed to
instead
be like,
they're selling your information probably.
right?
Thanks. Thank you
They
very much.
literally could take your picture, reproduce it, put like boobs on your head, and like do whatever they want with
That
it.
is so messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
So I was
actually makes
like,
me legit pissed for you.
yeah. So I was like, if I have to choose between a, company that's literally going to steal my photos, like Instagram, someone made the point, like Instagram doesn't want your photos, Facebook doesn't want your photos, they don't want your photos of weed. Cannabis does. They want,
Wow.
they want to use your photos. They like the pictures of people smoking. They like the pictures of your plants, they want to use that stuff. Whereas like Instagram doesn't want anything to do with it.
Man, it's such a weird like thing to have to choose. I wonder I think I mentioned to you once about TikTok where I was like, maybe
Yeah.
that's where and you're like,
Oh.
no, dude, like CBD even gets you taken down,
Yes.
right? Yes.
A video of me making a cup of CBD tea with some
Oh
CBD
my God.
honey.
That was it?
Yes. It was like me being like putting the tea bag in the cup, zooming out, taking the tea bag out, putting the honey in, like,
Okay. Okay.
showing the steam or something. It was literally that was in like the packaging. And I said
Wow.
like CBD in the caption. And they were like, no violation.
Wow.
But I think my TikTok is about to get deleted because that's
I think that'll age poorly.
Yeah, it was like my third violation on TikTok at that point. Like I'd gotten one taken down for me hitting a vape, and then one taken down for me rolling a joint. So I was like, well, I've tried it
Not for
all.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Well, if anyone has ideas out there, like, oh, clearly you guys just haven't heard about this. I mean, I'd love to
Yeah.
hear it, but I don't know what that would be.
I mean, like you said, people are spelling it with the OUID weed.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are, they'll hit the joint or something off camera and the smoke will come out and like that won't count. That won't hit it. But, I don't know. It's like I said, it's a weird little robot we can't figure out.
Yeah, I guess what I would want is like in the next 5 years, I would want them to at least outline what I can and can't do, like super clear. Like,
Yeah.
don't be like, if it would be like, hey, don't smoke joints on screen. Okay, fine.
Okay,
I'll
fine.
do it off screen, But
Yeah.
it's like, if I don't know any of it, then you're just going to frustrate me endlessly trying to figure this out. Like,
a lot of like the things that I get flagged for is that they're saying I'm trying to sell it. I was like, I ain't trying to sell this. This is my stash. Yeah. This is my personal.
I'm actively trying to not sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like if you say like not for sale, apparently that throws it off your scent,
Throws off your scent. Yeah. The Instagram hound dogs would get off you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bet there are people that work there that are very cool and like hate that they have to enforce that.
Oh my goodness. Did you hear that?
Is your bong okay?
No, a painting literally just fell off my wall.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a ghost.
Well, all right. Well, I guess
that's wild.
We should probably cheers it out because I'm a little nervous.
You know what? Nina and I situation. At least I am here downstate. It's like there was hail earlier today. So I think it's good that we're still hanging on.
Yes, yeah. Like the storm is brewing over here. I'm a little freaked out about why that just fell over. I guess we'll see. My rats are looking at me like, Mom, what just happened?
Why did you do that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's your neighbors. I'm going to blame it on that or a ghost.
I mean, I do live next to the elevator, so maybe it like shook it a little bit or something.
There we go. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Goodness. You want to toast?
Thank you guys for listening to us chat about the woes. Of social media and all the mansplaining being done on Reddit. If you want to see what I'm talking about, definitely go check it out for yourself.
It's true. Just join the r/trees. You'll see it.
Yes, you'll see it.
Yeah. It's not that I'm anti a man space. I'm anti a certain type of vibe space.
Yes,
so it doesn't matter if it's girls or guys. Like, just be nice and don't over-explain things to me.
Like, I know what a joint is versus a blunt. Please, sir, I've been smoking for 10 years.
Please and thank you. But anyone that does have an idea, like, comment or message us because we want to like actively either connect with you personally or find the spaces you're at and be there too. So hit us up.
100%. Cheers.
Oh, that's a victory smoke. That's good.
Woohoo. You gotta smoke all the ghosts out. All right, everybody, stay high and stay happy.